Hello, my friend, and welcome to day 3. We're halfway through this challenge. How you doing? I hope that you are leaning in. I hope that you're finding some benefit from this. I hope you're being able to stay away from your phone and your devices, and that you're being able to utilize the practices, the tools that I'm trying to provide you with. In any case, I'm just sending so much love your way. We're halfway through. We're making it. Anyways, today we are focusing on Dharana, or single focused concentration. So I've invited you all day to be looking at why you're here, really focusing on that, bringing the focus back to there, and there's no exception when it comes to our asana practice. So this practice is going to move the juices around in the body, but it's also going to invite us to narrow things down, bring our focus back to what matters and why we signed up for this challenge and what we want to get out of it. What matters to us as an end result. Don't know if it's totally an end result. We're going to keep practicing and life goes on and we keep learning. But from this journey, what do we want to get out of it? So hop into something that feels comfortable to practice in. Roll out your mat and let's get started. Hello and welcome, my dear friends, to day 3. We are halfway through our challenge. This is super exciting. I hope that you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying it. Probably having to butt up against some walls, deal with some issues bubbling up from within, but that's to be expected. So yeah, I just hope you're doing awesome. I hope that you're staying committed and that you're being able to stay away from that phone and your social media apps and really benefit from the practice. In any case, today we are focusing on Dharana, the single focused concentration. So yesterday we worked on letting go of sensory input and allowing that to be our pathway inward. Today we are bringing our focus really nice and clear to what we are doing with this challenge. We are going to bring it down, distill it. We're going to use the asana to help us get there. So I invite you to come down to the ground, find a thunderbolt pose, so on the knees. If this doesn't work for you, that's totally fine. Find your sukhasana, maybe sit up on a blanket, bolster, or block. Just find a place where you can lengthen up through the spine, sit up nice and tall, and begin to listen to the sound of the breath. So bring the palms to the thighs, close the eyes, take a deep breath in. Exhale, relax the shoulders away from the ears. You know what to do here. Lengthen up through the crown, tuck the chin. Really come into this moment. Drop your pin here, whatever your day's been like, whenever you're practicing this, allow yourself to become present here. Maybe you place one palm on top of the other in the lap. Just allow yourself to arrive. Begin to listen to the sound of your breath. Become present. Now really bring those reasons why very present and very clear within you. Why are you here on this journey? Why does it matter to you? What are you wanting to get out of it? What are you wanting to connect with more? Wonderful. Take one more deep breath in. And a long exhale out. Beautiful. Flutter the eyelashes open. Bring the palms facing each other in front of you once again. Just like yesterday, we're going to do a different mudra here. We're going to bring the backs of the palms together. So the backs of the palms are together. Thumbs are back. Pinkies are facing forward. We're interlacing the index finger, the middle finger, and the ring fingers. Oh, a little bit of yoga for the brain here. So pinky fingers and thumbs are extended, and then we're going to bring them together. So we're finding this Abhaya Hridaya mudra. Abhaya Hridaya mudra. So it's the courageous heart mudra. And this helps us to send intention out into the world, helps us to bring that single focused attention into real alignment with our body. So let's bring that in front of the heart, right directly in front of the heart. Sit up nice and tall, lift through the crown, extend through the back of the neck. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, blow your intention out into the world. Inhale in. Exhale, blow it out. Imagine you're blowing it out into this world, and that it's impacting, it's spreading like a flood, or like when you drop a pebble into a pond and watch the ripples flow. One more deep breath in. Exhale, blow it out. Really send that out into the world. Beautiful. On your next inhale, we'll carefully unhook the fingers. Feel that. Maybe you bend and flex the fingers. Really feel it. Beautiful. Then we'll bring the fingertips right away to the mat beside us. Inhale, halfway lift. Reach the arms wide, open wide. Exhale, reel it all into center. Beautiful. Reach the fingertips behind the head. And on an inhale, reach up towards the heaven. Exhale, float the fingertips down. We're not here for much longer. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, reel it into center. See if you can give it all your focus. Reach the fingertips behind the head and inhale, lift up towards the heavens. Exhale, rain those fingertips down. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, reel it in. Gather, 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 gather. Reach behind the neck and inhale, reach up towards the heavens. This time, float the palms down to the heart. Ah, yes. Nice. Let's come forward onto all fours now. Maybe creak through the knees, creak through the ankles. Find your way to a tabletop position. Spread the fingertips nice and wide, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. Perhaps you actually curl the toes under and send your hips back, just providing some relief in the feet after sitting on the knees for so long, sitting on the feet for so long. Just work it out here. Begin to feel out through the body. Then we'll rise back up to our tabletop position. Come on to the tops of the feet. Knees are directly underneath the hips. Hug that navel to the spine. Shoot the tailbone towards the back edge of the mat. Crown reaches forward. Gaze is straight down. This is a nice active pose. You're pushing up out of the mat. You're not collapsing down. Beautiful. On your next inhale, drop the belly. Tailbone curls up. We shine the heart forward. Look forward. Feel the front body stretch. And then on an exhale, we curl through the tailbone, round up through the spine. Eventually the crown reaches towards the mat. We exhale out. Push up out of the mat. Inhale, drop the belly, shine the heart forward. Exhale, round it through. Find some organic movement here. Make it your own. You don't have to nail the pose. Inhaling to drop the belly, shine the heart forward. Exhaling to round it through. Let's do one more. Really work it out here. Inhale, drop that belly, shine that heart forward. And exhale, round it through. You got this. Come back to a tabletop position. Walk the palms forward a few inches, curl the toes under, and send those hips up high and back for a first downward dog of the practice. This will probably feel really good after being sitting on the feet, sitting in our kneeling position at the beginning of this class. So begin to pedal it out. Walk the dog, as they say, bending one knee and then the next, really feeling that stretch in the back of the hamstrings, the back of the legs. Ground down through the fingertips, press into the knuckles, take pressure out of the wrists. Elbow creases are shining forward, shoulders are away from the ears. Melt that heart towards the thighs. See if you can really feel that between the shoulder blades, really pushing into the mat with the fingertips. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Settle in. See if you can find a loose neck, nodding yes and then no. There we go. Beautiful. Now we're going to walk the feet wide and maybe bring them in just a little bit. So feet are almost as wide as the yoga mat, and maybe you've walked them up towards your face just a little bit. Then we're going to lean into the left hand and bring the right hand to the left calf. So maybe it's the left knee, maybe it's the left calf. Be where you're at today. Inhale in. Exhale, look underneath your left armpit. Pull yourself towards your left leg. Find your twist. We're in a different perspective here. Tapping into the third eye. Tapping into the crown. Finding our single focused concentration. Maybe turning things upside down so that we have another perspective. You never know. Take another deep breath in. And on an exhale, reach those right fingertips back out to where they go for your downward dog. Recenter yourself. Find your grounding through your knuckles. Take another deep breath in. And on an exhale, lean into the right hand. Bring the left hand to the right calf or the right knee. Be where you are today. Take another deep breath in. And exhale, look under that right armpit. Find your twist. Find your stability. Arms are working hard here. Legs are working hard here. Hug the navel in. Stretching through the upper back body. You got this. Take one more deep breath in. And on an exhale, we'll bring that left hand back out. Beautiful. We'll walk the knee or the feet back out to our proper downward dog position, finding that length that works for you so that the sits bones can rise up towards the heavens. Inhale in. Exhale out. Beautiful. Lower the knees to the mat. Bring the big toes to touch. Sit back again on your heels. And just rise up so that you can find some relief in the wrists. Just a moment here to rotate the wrists one way and then the other. Beautiful. Then we'll come back forward, bringing the palms nice and wide to the top edge of your mat or close to it. Curl the toes under. Send the hips up high and back. Once again, finding our downward facing dog. This time, we're going to bend the knees generously. Bring the belly to the tops of the thighs. On an inhale, we're going to lift the hips up towards the heavens. Roll through the back body, coming all the way forward into a plank. Beautiful. Inhale in. Exhale, send those hips up high and back, downward facing dog. Nicely done. Bend the knees generously. Inhale, send the hips up towards the heavens. Roll through the spine. See how slow you can go. Come forward into your plank. Exhale. Inhale in again. And on your exhale, send those hips up high and back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale in, bend the knees, send the hips up towards the heavens, roll through the back body, come all the way forward into your plank. Nice and slow, mindful movement. Exhale. Inhale in again. And exhale to your downward facing dog. Beautiful. This time, we're going to drop the right heel and inhale, lift the left, Beautiful. This time we're going to drop the left heel and inhale, lift the right leg up towards the heavens. See if you can dial the pinky toes down, square the hips, distribute your weight evenly between both hands. Inhale in again. And on an exhale, you're going to bend that right knee, bring it all the way up and through, knee to nose, really hug it in, hug it in, hug it in, building strength. Then we'll step that right foot up between the palms. Remember that you can always lower that back knee if you need to in order to make that transition. Listen to your own body. We are keeping the back knee lifted, nice and beautiful. Then we're going to pivot on that back foot, bringing it to a 45-degree angle. Bend through the right knee, ground down through the right foot, and then we'll slowly rise up to our warrior one. We've been here before. We're peeling back with this right hip crease. We're finding strength in the back leg. Beautiful. On our next inhale, we reach the fingertips up towards the heavens. And exhale, relax the shoulders away from the ears. Find your warrior one stance. Hips are shining forward. Shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. Body's working here. Lots of strength in that back leg. We inhale and look up. Exhale. Relax those shoulders. Bring the chin back level with the earth. Then on our next inhale, we're going to straighten through the front leg, through the right leg. We're going to inhale to look up. And on an exhale, we're going to send the right fingertips forward, reaching them as far forward as we can, and then allowing them to come down to the right leg. Beautiful. You may need to pivot the back foot a little bit, opening it up a little bit more, bringing it parallel to the short edge of your mat. Adjust as needed. Left fingertips are reaching up towards the heavens. So the right hand can be on the shin. It can be up on the thigh. Don't bring it to the knee though. Or the right fingertips can be in front of the heel or behind. Be where you're at today. Find your trikonasana, your triangle pose. Take an inhale in. Exhale, settle in. Find yourself between two panes of glass. You got this. On your next inhale, bend through that right knee. Come on up into a warrior two. Fingertips are reaching out beyond the edges of the mat. Beautiful. Inhale in. Exhale, relax the shoulders away from the ears. Pull the pinkies back. Fierce gaze past that right fingertips. Flip the palm. Inhale, reach the right fingertips forward, up and back. Finding a peaceful warrior. Beautiful. Inhale, look up. Exhale, come back to your warrior two. Then we'll straighten through that right leg once again. Dial the right toes in. Now we find ourselves in our beautiful wide-legged stance. You can bring the palms, the fingertips to the waistline. Stand up nice and tall. Beautiful. Inhale in, lengthen through the crown. Really draw energy up from the arches of the feet. Both feet are parallel with the short edge of the mat. See if you can hug the elbows back. See if you can find your superpower pose. Gathering all of that energy, hugging navel to spine, sending your heart energy out into the air, into the world, I should say. Inhale in. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Beautiful. Then we'll send the fingertips out wide once again. Turn the left toes out towards the left side of the mat. So now we've got our left leg straight, but the toes are pointing towards the back edge of the mat. Right foot is still parallel with the short edge of the mat. Beautiful. Bend through that left knee, I should say. Sorry about that. Don't get a cramp in your right leg. Do your best anyways. Find yourself in a warrior two facing the back edge of your mat now. Beautiful. Inhale in. Exhale, relax the shoulders, pull the pinkies back. Fierce gaze past those left fingertips, finding your warrior two on this side. Leaning in, front, or that left knee, the left thigh should be parallel with the earth or close to it, as close as you can get to it. That's the goal anyways. So you're bending through that front knee. If it doesn't work today, then be where you're at, right? Settle in. Beautiful. Then we'll flip the left palm, reach it forward, and inhale, reach it up towards the heavens, finding our peaceful warrior on this side, reaching that heart up towards the sky. Reach, reach, reach. And on an exhale, we come back to our warrior two. Nice. Straighten through that left leg. Bump the hips back. Reach the left fingertips forward, keeping length in all four sides of the torso and down. Right fingertips reach up towards the heavens. Left palm can come to the shin, can come to the thigh. Fingertips can come towards the mat. See if you can pull back with that right shoulder. Really pulling it back, reaching, reaching, reaching. Breathing nice and deep, keeping length in all four sides of the torso. Breathing nice and deep. Take one more inhale in. And on an exhale, bend through that front knee. Bring the right palm down to the mat. Find a low lunge facing the back edge of the mat now. Then we'll plant the palms. Step the left toes back. Find a plank pose. Push up out of the mat. Breathing deep. And then on an exhale, we'll send those hips up high and back to a downward facing dog. Wonderful. Breathe nice and deep. Nice. Find your downward dog. Then we're going to, once again, bend the knees generously. Bring the belly to the tops of the thighs. Inhale, lift the hips up towards the heavens. Roll through the back body. Come forward into plank. Working hard here. Exhale out, and then inhale in again. Then on an exhale, you'll send those hips up high and back to a downward facing dog. Bend the knees generously. Lift the hips up towards the heavens. Roll through the back body. See how slow you can go coming forward into your plank. Nice mindful movement here. Fingertips are spread nice and wide. Exhale out. Then on your next inhale, send those hips up high and back for a downward facing dog. One more time. Bend the knees generously. Lift the hips up towards the heavens. Inhale to roll forward as slow as you can go, eventually coming to your plank. Beautiful. Exhale out. On your next inhale, send those hips up high and back, downward facing dog. Nice. Then we're just going to lower the knees. Nice and careful, mindful movement. Bring the big toes to touch. Open the knees nice and wide and send the hips back for an extended child's pose. So fingertips reach towards the back edge of the mat. Crown or forehead and heart melt towards the floor. We allow the elbows to kiss the earth and we find ourselves in an extended child's pose. Breathing nice and deep. Allowing that third eye to ground into the earth, to have contact with your mat. Maybe you bring all of your attention to that third eye. Take one more deep breath here. Exhale it out. Beautiful. On your next inhale, rise up, come to an all fours position. Walking the knees underneath the hips, curling the toes under, and once again we will meet in a downward facing dog. You got it. Melt your heart towards your thighs, claw into the fingertips, find your downward dog. Then we'll bend the knees generously, belly comes to the tops of the thighs. We inhale to look forward. And on an exhale, we walk up to the top of the mat. Take your time getting there, no need to rush. Together we'll land in a forward fold, feet flush together, big toes to touch. Little bit of space between the heels. Find your forward fold. One of the only ones in this practice today, so take advantage of it. Clasp opposite elbows. Bend the knees generously if you would like to get a juicy stretch in the lower back. Maybe you walk the fingertips from one side of the mat to the other. Have some fun with it. Breathe nice and deep. Really settle in. Beautiful. Inhale for a halfway lift. Slide the palms to the tops of the thighs. Hug the elbows into the side body. Reach that crown towards the back edge of the mat. The sits bones towards the front edge of the mat, because now we're reversed. Hug that navel into the spine. Beautiful, soft bend in the knees. And exhale to fold. Root to rise. We're going to spread the fingertips wide, bend the knees, drop the hips, and slowly rise on up to a mountain. Reach those fingertips up towards the heavens. They kiss together, and then we float them down to the heart. Lovely. We're now in our mountain facing the back edge of our mat. Maybe you close your eyes for a moment here. Find your breath, find your alignment. Feel your weight evenly distributed through all four corners of the feet. Tuck the pelvis, lift the sternum. Just find a nice, strong mountain pose where you can really feel lifted out of the top of the head. Breathe nice and deep. Focus on your intention, on your goal. Bring it really clear into the mind, into that third eye perspective. And we'll flutter the eyelashes open, and with soft knees, fingertips will go down to come up. We'll reach up towards the heavens on an inhale, and exhale, slice it down the midline. Inhale for a halfway lift. Perhaps palms come to the shins. Find length through the spine, length through the back of the neck, and exhale to fold. Now we're going to reach the fingertips forward, bend the knees, drop the hips, rise on up into our Utkatasana. We've been here before. Play around, bring the weight to the heels. Find where your arms need to be. Gaze is straight down in front. Inhale in. Exhale, palms come together at the heart. Beautiful. Today, we're going to inhale and bring the outside of the left arm to the outside of the right knee or thigh, coming into a twist. We're going to press that left elbow into the right knee or thigh. Try to bring the sternum to the thumbs. Breathing nice and deep, working hard here, extending through the crown, lots of length. Inhale in again. And on your exhale, forward fold. Straighten the legs. Find that forward fold. Beautiful. Halfway lift. On an inhale, exhale to bow. Root to rise. Send the fingertips wide to come up. Really reach up towards the heavens. Palms kiss together. And we exhale down to the heart. Nice, deliberate and slow movement. Soft knees. Inhale to reach. Exhale, slice it down the midline. Find your forward fold. Hug that navel to the spine. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. On your next inhale, we're going to reach the fingertips forward, bend the knees, drop the hips, rise on up into Utkatasana, chair pose. Beautiful. Create space between the palms. Send those hips back. Beautiful. Inhale in. Exhale, palms come together at the heart. Nicely done. Now we're going to inhale and bring the outside of the right arm to the outside of the left knee or thigh. Press into that left knee or thigh. Try to reach the sternum to the thumbs. Find your twist. Maybe you sink a little bit lower. Challenge your balance. Challenge your body. Inhale in again. And exhale for a forward fold. Straighten those legs. Hallelujah. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to bow. Root to rise. Inhale, reach the fingertips up towards the heavens. And exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Soft knees. Inhale to reach. Exhale, slice it down the midline. Find your forward fold. This time, fingertips come to the mat. We step the left toes back, then the right. Find your plank pose. Inhale in here. And exhale to a downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Find your dog. Maybe you rock the hips side to side, finding that length in the side body. Now we're going to find a little bit of a tricky transition here. So we're in our downward dog. From our downward dog, we're going to bend the elbows and come down onto the elbows. Fingertips are spread nice and wide. Shoulders are stacked over the elbows. Palms are reaching forward. Forearms are parallel. We've come down into a dolphin. Now you can keep the feet where they are, or you can walk them up towards your face a little bit, providing a little bit more of a challenge. Breathing nice and deep. Just try to keep the crown off of the mat. We're not here for long. Wonderful. Take one more deep breath in. On an exhale, maybe you extend those feet back out just a little bit. Then lower the knees down to the mat. Come onto the tops of the feet. Slide the palms all the way towards what is now the back edge of your mat, and allow yourself to fold forward, finding a child's pose. Allow the shoulders to round forward. Allow the crown or the forehead to reach down to the mat. Find your own inward space here. Breathing nice and deep. Wonderful. On your next inhale, slowly rise up to a kneeling position. Bringing the palms together at the heart. Once again, we're in our thunderbolt pose. Crown reaches towards the heavens. Nice long line from the crown to the tail. Then we'll interlace the fingertips, press the palms forward, and then up and back. Inhale in. Exhale, float the fingertips down. Once again, bring palms together at the heart. Interlace the fingertips. Inhale, press the palms forward, up, and back. Exhale, float those fingertips down. Concentrate on the breath. Bring the palms together at the heart. Interlace the fingertips. Press the palms forward, up, and back. And exhale, float the fingertips down. Nicely done. Now we're going to practice a headstand today. So make sure that you feel comfortable, you feel safe. I'm going to bring you through some bus stops, and you can choose which one feels right for you. So let's make sure that we are Toes are up towards the front edge of the mat so that you've got lots of space in front of you. If you feel like you're going to roll down out of the headstand, then you're not going to crash into anything. Maybe you want to pause the video and get pillows or whatever. But make sure that you feel safe in your space. You don't have to come up into the full inversion if you don't want to, but we'll give it a go. So what we're going to do is we're going to come forward into a tabletop position. Beautiful. Knees can be together. It doesn't matter. Then we're going to drop the elbows where the palms were and interlace the fingertips in front of us. So now we've got our palms connected, fingers interlaced, elbows are down on the ground. We've got a nice sturdy position here. Then we're going to bring the crown of the head down to the mat. Maybe you have to walk the knees in a little bit. And we're going to grab onto the back of the head. So we're using the palms as a stabilizer. We're pressing down into the elbows, lifting up out of the shoulders. Curl the toes under. And so this could be bus stop number 1. This is more of a bunny rabbit pose, modified. You could be here. This brings a different perspective. So you could stay here if this is where your stability is at. Or you can push into the toes and lift the hips up towards the heavens. This is bringing a bit more of a challenge. Now you're feeling your weight a little bit more in your head. Push into the elbows. Beautiful. Maybe you stay here, playing here. Maybe you lift one toe, set it back down. Maybe you lift the other toe, set it back down. So you could be playing here. Or you could begin to bend the knees, put your weight in your elbows, and lift yourself up so you can keep the knees bent and practice here. Lots going on. Beautiful. Or maybe you extend those legs up towards the heavens, finding the full inversion. Try to really press into the elbows, press into the palms, take a little bit of weight out of the head. Breathing nice and deep. Finding your inversion, playing around here. Maybe you shine the soles of the feet up towards the heavens. Workshop it, play around with it, find your balance. Take another deep breath in, and on an exhale, begin to bend the knees, slowly, carefully. Come back down to the mat, be as graceful as you can. Begin to unravel. Sit up nice and tall. Find your thunderbolt, your kneeling position once again. Bring the palms to the tops of the thighs and then just feel the sensation. Feel the top of the head. Feel the crown. Feel the third eye. Feel what's happening in the arms. Breathe nice and deep. Feel the sensation. Nicely done. However far you went into that pose, amazing. Good for you. I'm cheering for you. And nothing fancy. We're just going to come down onto our backs. So if you feel like transitioning so that you're properly facing on your mat, once again, do that. If not, just whatever way you want to, make your way back down to the mat. Come all the way down onto your back. Send the legs out long. Reach the fingertips up past the crown. Take a deep breath in. And on an exhale, hug the right knee up into the chest. Give it a nice big hug. Hold onto it with your hands. Then we'll take the left hand to the right knee. Pull the right knee over towards the left side of the mat, stacking that right hip over the left. Then we reach the right fingertips out long beside us, finding our supine twist, allowing that right shoulder to really relax down to the mat. We take a deep breath in, and on our exhale, we totally relax, melt into the mat. Start to calm the breath. start to come back to your body. Calm the heart rate. Be present. Be where you're at today. Relaxing through the jaw, relaxing through the forehead. Release the tongue from the top of the mouth. Beautiful. On your next inhale, we'll bring that knee back through center. Really hug it in, give it some love. And then we switch. Bring the left knee in, send the right leg out long. Right heel kisses the mat. We grab onto the left knee with the right hand. We bring the left knee over towards the right side of the mat, stacking the left hip over the right or as close as it comes. And we reach the left fingertips out long beside us. That feels good. My pecs are sore today. We keep that left shoulder grounded down to the mat. We take a deep breath in. And on an exhale, we melt into the mat. Maybe turn to look at our left fingertips. And once again, we relax the jaw. Release the tongue from the top of the mouth. Relax the forehead. Give the body some love. Be present. Beautiful. On your next inhale, hug that left knee up into the chest. Give it a squeeze before you send it out long. Finding your shavasana. Maybe you open the heels nice and wide. Open the palms beside you. Allow for some breathing room in the armpit chest. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Take an inhale in. Exhale, completely let go. Melt into the mat. Nicely done today, my friends. It's a pleasure being on this journey with you. I hope this practice helped you to refocus on your whys for being here. Refocus on your purpose. Allow the nutrients of your practice to settle into your body. Find places where you can soften and melt a little bit more into the mat. And we'll begin to deepen the breath once again. Allow that deepening to ignite some movement in the fingertips, in the toes. Just finding some micro movement here, starting to wake back up. Become present. Then on an inhale, we'll bring the palms together at the heart, Anjali Mudra. Thank you for joining me for this practice. I hope it serves you well. I hope the rest of your day goes off without a hitch, that some beautiful magic happens for you, that you're able to find some activity that is fulfilling and that brings you some joy. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, we'll bring the thumbs to the third eye. The light in me honors, cherishes, and is in awe of the light in you. Namaste.